When Amazon reached out to me to offer us to sponsor my channel and promote Rings of Power, I was caught majorly off guard. It, as a small creator, landing a major sponsorship for one of the largest corporations in the world in many ways was a dream opportunity. It was kind of a milestone that many YouTubers aspire to achieve, a chance not only to bring some much needed financial support, but also validate the years of hard work I've put into this channel. The offer was significant. The money could have helped me invest in better equipment, upgrade my editing setup, and elevate some of the financial stress that I was going through at the time. And that's being nice about it. There was a lot happening around this time, and money was very tight, to say the least, on the subject. And I'm still recovering financially from some of those moments as well. I'm Will. I'm the host of The Bald Book Geek, and I've always been kind of the honest guy despite the drama, right? So let's talk about it. Let's talk about everything that's happened, and now I can talk about it. Like, sub, share this video, and let's start the show. And don't forget, memberships and Patreon are there for exclusive content you'll get nowhere else. Let's be honest. And I know this sounds big-headed, but being on YouTube isn't easy, especially when you're not backed by a big production team or sponsorship deals. For someone like me, who runs a channel independently and works hard to produce content, this offer felt like a major lifeline. But I read the small print, and the excitement quickly faded. The Amazon deal wasn't just about talking about the show. It came with extremely strict guidelines, with no room left for honesty or genuine critique. I couldn't say anything remotely negative about the series. It couldn't even be a balanced video. It had to be positive, shiny, and happy. They gave me keywords and pre-written scripts and things to use as well. It was clear they didn't want an honest review. They wanted an infomercial, disguised as my content. They wanted me to tell you Rings of Power was amazing, even if I didn't believe it, to highlight its supposed brilliant, while brushing aside its glaring flaws, to be another voice in an echo chamber of glowing reviews, despite the fact I've been open about my issues with the series. Post this, it wasn't just I'd have to hold back criticism, I'd have to pretend that criticism didn't exist. And that was a big thing for me. I always believe that trust is the fundamental of a good relationship, and that includes relationships I built with people that watch this channel, and the sponsorships that I do. You don't come to my channel to hear a marketing juggernaut of corporate spin. You come to hear me, my thoughts, my experiences, and my honest opinions. Taking Amazon's deal would have meant compromising that. It would have meant lying to you, even if it was by omission. And once you compromise your integrity, it's a slippery slope. Could I have justified saying yes to another deal in the future that came with similar restrictions? How far could I have gone before my channel became just another platform for paid promotion, disconnected from the values that I started it with? The answer was clear. I couldn't do it. I don't like being told what to think, what to say, and what to do, and I don't like having my voice taken away. The content would have been disingenuous. I've been vocal about my issues with Rings of Power, and I'm not going to go into that or repeat it here. All I will say is that no amount of high-budget visuals could make up for inconsistent writing and characters lack depth. Where is the weight of Tolkien's moral struggles? I mean, where is the world building? To me, it felt like the showrunners tried to use the framework of Middle-earth without truly understanding its essence. And I was so excited about Rings of Power, but I've never been more disappointed in my life. To the point, me and my friends made it a drinking game. And I've said this publicly. And how could I turn around and promote it to you? How could I have done that? Would it have meant access? Yes. Would it have meant money? Yes. Would it have meant maybe a free trip or two? Yes. But I couldn't do it. I literally couldn't do it. Let me be clear, turning down Amazon's offer wasn't easy. The amount they offered wasn't life-changing, but it was substantial, and I don't blame other content creators for taking the money. It was enough to make me stop and think, could I justify it? Could I convince myself that this would just be a one-time thing, just a necessary evil to help me grow my channel? The truth is, content creation can be extremely time-consuming and does cost you money. From upgrading gear to editing software, which I still need to figure out because I do everything in iMovie, because yikes. But also, if you want the honest truth, the financial situation, like I mentioned earlier at the time, was pretty dire. It's like watching my savings just deplete. And if you're a member or on my Patreon, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm still yet to see a lot of money that went out of my account back, even though it was meant to. I'm still waiting for that paperwork. And let's not forget the time it takes to research, edit, record, and post content. You know, when you're doing something at 2 o'clock in the morning because you know you need to get it out there. That money could have taken the pressure off in some ways. But every time I thought about that paycheck, I kept coming back to one question. Was it worth the cost of honesty? And the answer was always no. Now, the bigger picture to this, and again, I don't blame people for taking the sponsorship money. Let's be real, we all need to eat. But this experience got me thinking about the current state of media and content creation. More and more, it feels like the lines between authentic reviews and paid promotion are being blurred. Big companies don't just want ad space. They want to co-opt the voices of creators and turning them into expansions of their PR machine. It's not just about me on my channel, it's about the ecosystem that we're part of, where creators are pressured to take deals because often some of these deals are amazing. And some of these deals seem to be a repetitive ask in my inbox. Raid Shadow Legends, I'm looking at you. I think if you go too far, it takes the trust between the creator and the audience they built. It's no longer about genuine engagement, it's about how much can you pay me for positive coverage, and that's not fair to creators, but especially not fair to viewers. It gets old, it gets boring, it becomes repetitive and dull. When I've taken sponsorships and when I've ever done stuff like that, my goal is always to talk about products that I use, that I care about. 99% of all sponsorships I've done are products I've been using for a long time and usually involves me reaching out. A handful have gone the other way, but it's always been about a product that I like. I'm not going to do anything else. And I'm not going to take on things that I don't like. This whole thing reminded me why I started this channel in the first place, to share my passion for things I love, things that I hate, and things that I just, everything in between. To connect with people who feel the same and build something revolving around genuine conversation. Saying no to Amazon was a defining moment for me that came with pings of regret, because money. But it reaffirmed my commitment to how I started this channel. Even when it's hard, even when it means turning down money that I could really use, at the end of the day, the trust means more to me than any sponsorship ever could. And that's being really honest. So here's the deal. I'll never take money to lie to you. If I promote something, it's because I genuinely believe in it. If I critique something, it's because I care about the product. And I feel that things can be done better. They're always my honest opinion. And if I say no to a deal, it's because I value my audience more than that paycheck. I don't regret saying no to Amazon. It was a tough decision, but the right one. And I hope this reminds you there are still creators out there who put their audience first. And honestly, thank you guys for being here, trusting me, and supporting this channel. It means everything. So, I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas, and a happy New Year.